This message goes out to every black person on these platforms right now. I want you to understand one thing. These platforms do not care about you as far as they can throw you. And the reason they don't care about you is because you guessed it. Nope, it's not because they're racist. It's not because of the fact they're sexist. It's not because of anything other than the fact that we don't hold them to a standard of doing so. And the reason we don't hold them to a standard of doing so is because we're willingly skipping over each other and competing for the top of the bottom with each other instead of lifting each other up based upon our own merit and based upon our own skill set and mentalities when it comes down to what is considered talent and what is not considered talent. You see, for a very long time, to integrate means that we've had to put ourselves in the same spaces as other people. Now, I'm not against that, but what I'm saying is the fact that in order to integrate, those people need to understand how to celebrate by us respecting each other. And to elaborate on those things, it means to have each other's back in every situation, not saying right or wrong, but having each other's back in the way that people around us begin to understand that we are not less of a community, but we are a community. Now, what I'm talking about is a very high feat. Because in order for us to be a community, in order for us to be communal with one another, that means that I don't have to see you as my competition for a white person's dollar or a white person's validation or a white network's validation. If anything, actors' strike should have taught us, the SAG-AFTRA strike should have taught us, is the fact that when networks decide they don't want to give you something, they hold the power. But if you have the talent and the skill, then technically speaking, you hold the power. It is a give and take relationship. But what happens is, because we are now slaves to capitalism and no longer slaves and with whips and chains, we're just somehow diluted and we're somehow impressed upon that this no longer matters. Well, the truth upon the matter is that I can't get anywhere without you and you can't get anywhere without me. So I'm asking you all, if you would, please start rallying behind your black creators. Here on TikTok, at least, we have the For You page where when we scroll, we come across a lot of black faces. At least I know I do. And I interact with them not because of the fact of the follow for follow, but because I actually want to interact and help that person reach whatever they're trying to reach in the sense of posting. No matter what you say, when you post a video, you are expecting and wanting some form of attention. You're wanting the attention that comes with being on social media. You're wanting to maybe go viral or speak to your quote unquote people. Everybody has their own accentuation of what they believe fame is. And the problem is that so many of us are just hell bent on trying our best not to allow the other person to climb, that we don't realize that all we're doing is holding each other back. They talk about crabs in a barrel. Well, who built the barrel? If we stop being slaves of mind and we start to be free in the sense of supporting one another and loving one another, then maybe, and just maybe, not that you be riled up by this speech, maybe, just maybe, we would understand that I can't get to my left without you, nor my right without you, because technically speaking, you are on my left and my right. Now, could I clear a pathway? Sure. But I also have to understand who built the road. I also have to understand who built the overhang. I also have to understand who built everything else around me in order for me to get to the space I am going. Now, for you and me, that means support is free. And if you don't believe me, then try it. Try when you see a random person you don't know, just actually clicking like on the video. Don't necessarily mean you got to leave a comment. Try actually giving people the time and attention, because I tell you what, if everything came to a halt today, guess the only thing that would matter is your relationships. So stop foregoing connection in order to somehow get some simulation of what you believe is attention. This isn't real. I can turn this off right now. Don't believe me?